When Rome had conquered nations and ruled the known world, they met someone who refused to play by their rules. She wasn't a general, she wasn't a king, she was a queen, and she would cost Rome more in blood and gold than almost any force they had ever faced. Her name was Amanirenas. Most people don't even know her story. We learn about Rome, we learn about Egypt, we learn about Greece, but far to the south of Egypt, along the Nile, there was a civilization powerful enough to challenge them all. It was called Kush, a land of gold, warriors, and unshakable pride. By the time Amanirenas rose to power around 40 BC, Rome had already taken Egypt. Its wealth now flowed into Roman hands, its people answered to Roman rule. And like every empire driven by expansion, Rome looked further south, toward Kush. To them, it was just another conquest waiting to happen. But Kush was not like the kingdoms Rome had crushed before, and Amanirenas was not the kind of ruler who waited to be attacked. She ruled as Kandake, a queen not hidden behind power, but defined by it. After the death of her husband, she didn't inherit weakness. She stepped into leadership during one of the most dangerous moments in her kingdom's history, because Rome was already moving. The Roman governor of Egypt, a man named Petronius, believed Kush would fall like every other kingdom before it. He sent a message to Amanirenas. It wasn't a negotiation, it was a demand. Submit to Rome, pay tribute, accept Roman authority. For most rulers, the decision would have been simple: survive or be destroyed. But Amanirenas didn't choose survival. She chose defiance. She rejected Rome, and in that moment, everything changed. Because in the ancient world, defying Rome didn't just mean war, it meant annihilation. But Amanirenas didn't wait for Rome to strike. She made the first move. Her army marched north into Roman-controlled Egypt. It was bold, it was dangerous, and it caught Rome completely off guard. Kushite warriors attacked with speed and precision. Roman positions were overrun, cities were taken, and then came the moment that would shake the empire itself. A statue of Augustus, the ruler of Rome, was captured. Its head was cut off, taken back to Kush and buried beneath a temple, so that every step taken above it was a step over Rome. It was more than a victory. It was humiliation, and Rome does not forget humiliation. Petronius responded the only way he knew, with war. Roman legions marched south, thousands of trained soldiers, disciplined, experienced, ruthless. They expected to crush Kush quickly, to make an example of Amanirenas, but what they found was something entirely different. Kush did not fight like Rome expected. The desert was unforgiving, the heat was relentless, and the Kushite warriors moved like shadows. They didn't wait for large battles. They attacked supply lines, ambushed isolated units. They made every Roman advance costly. Amanirenas didn't fight Rome's war. She forced Rome to fight hers. When the two forces finally clashed in open battle, the result shocked everyone. Kush pushed back. Rome was forced to retreat. But Rome did not accept defeat. Petronius regrouped. He returned with more troops, more weapons, more determination. This time, he came to destroy Kush completely. But Amanirenas had already adapted. Instead of waiting behind walls, she changed the battlefield. She took the fight north. Her forces crossed into Roman territory again. They raided settlements, disrupted control. They turned Rome from the attacker into the one under pressure. and slowly something began to shift. Rome was no longer dominating, it was struggling. The war dragged on, months turned into years, and the cost kept rising. For Rome, this was just one war among many, but for Kush, this was everything. They fought for their land, their identity, their freedom, and at the center of it all was their queen. Amanirenas did not lead from behind. She fought on the battlefield, faced the same danger as her warriors. At some point during the conflict, she lost an eye, but she did not retreat. She did not surrender. If anything, she became even more relentless. Her presence inspired her people. Her determination spread through her army, and her refusal to bow forced Rome into a position it had rarely experienced: uncertainty. Because this war was not ending. Rome had the power, but Kush had the will, and will can be harder to defeat. Frustrated and desperate, Petronius made a critical mistake. He attacked Napata, one of Kush's most sacred cities. Temples were destroyed, statues were torn down. He believed it would break their spirit. Instead, it ignited it. What had been a war for control became a war for survival, for identity, for dignity, and Kush fought harder than ever. Years passed. Neither side could fully defeat the other, but Rome was losing something far more important than territory. It was losing resources, losing soldiers, losing control of the situation. And for the first time, Rome had to ask itself a question it rarely faced. Was this war worth it? Because Kush was not collapsing, it was enduring, and Amanirenas was still standing. Then came the moment no one expected. Peace, not surrender, not defeat, negotiation. Amanirenas sent envoys to Rome, not as a defeated ruler, but as an equal. And Rome listened. The terms were clear. Kush would remain independent, no tribute, no Roman rule. And in a decision that shocked the ancient world, Rome agreed. The empire that conquered nations had made peace with a queen on her terms. The war ended, Kush remained free, and Rome walked away. Amanirenas had done what most could not. She had resisted the most powerful empire on earth and forced it to respect her. History often remembers those who conquer, but sometimes the greatest stories belong to those who refuse to be conquered. Amanirenas was not just a queen. She was resistance. She was strength. She was unbreakable. And her story proves something powerful. Even the greatest empire in the world can be challenged. Even the strongest force can be stopped. And sometimes all it takes is one leader who refuses to bow. If this story opened your eyes to a history rarely told, make sure you like the video and subscribe for more powerful untold stories. And if you're ready for another story just as powerful, watch the next video on your screen now.